making a DC game. Let's fucking go. Peace out. Sorry about that, guys. Welcome to another Taladia Plays live stream. Snyder fans read comics. I'm your host, Taladia Plays. Let me bring on my co-host at this time, Comics League. I know him as Jared. So here he is.
How you doing?
Let's do it. I'm good. Let me do your intro. I forgot to do your intro, man. Let me just do your intro. There we go.
Okay, yeah.
Guys, I'm half awake, so expect me to not to function properly.
Of course, no problem. So, all right. Issue 15 of Justice League.
Yeah.
So, as you know, what's going on currently is that Superman and Wonder Woman are establishing a relationship. Hang on, it's got to go full screen on this. But at the same time, you're going to see a lot of plot points for the 2018 Aquaman movie. So, here we go. So, first off, we start off in the ocean. Then we check out. Then we open on an aircraft carrier, and then the cruise missiles on an aircraft carrier take off. Well, actually, no. They were doing a test firing, and the rockets misfired and went into the ocean. So they're like, okay, it's fine. It's not going to hit anything important. Little do they know it's down there. Then the rockets hit Atlantis. Then we hard cut to Smallville. As you know, Diana and Clark are in Smallville. And this is him teaching her the whole secret identity thing. He even gives her glasses. Then Wonder Woman's like, oh, you have got to be kidding me. And then then Clark is like, come on, give it a shot. And he basically explains that the way that essentially he goes right in this room. I thought about giving up Clark Kent completely. He says, but I like being Clark Kent. I like who I am. And then basically goes, I don't do math like Bruce does. I'd rather good people trust me than bad people fear me. So that's why Clark wears the glasses as opposed to Superman, because he's like, the people will trust me more if they can see my face. And so then they go on their date. And at the same time, Cyborg is still estranged from his father. This always would be my favorite issue because it showed how... Yes, exactly. That's a good one. And so there's a power outage. Batman is chasing some scarecrow criminals on a boat. He shows up, and then Aquaman emerges looking like a freaking badass with the trident slung across his back. He comes in through the boat, takes them all out. Then I love how these guys try and run. And then our good old friend Mira shows up. She goes, I hope no one's hurt. And so right now they're explaining about how Batman explains to Aquaman that there was a supposed misfire on an aircraft carrier, and that's a real problem here. And then you see the water starting to recede, and that's normally the sign of a big tsunami or a tidal wave. So then in Metropolis, Clark and Diana are on their date, and this kind of was mirrored in the Throne of Atlantis movie, where she's like, Clark, this actually works. And then he explains to her the way the secret identity works. Clark goes, well, I guess most of the time when they do get a look on us, they see us from far away, or they're looking up at us from the ground. More importantly, they don't really consider that the Justice League has a life outside the Justice League. So it's essentially Clark saying, yeah, we can have a life outside the capes. And they're kind of hinting at some stuff later. Then the power goes out. And then a big ass tidal wave with an aircraft carrier impacts Metropolis. And I love this. So I love how you can see the nanotech going on with the suit.
Yeah.
And then the lasso is like transforming her into Wonder Woman. This is very well done the way they do this. And then, hang on, black screen as the comic loads. Technical difficulty.
Technical difficulties, everyone.
Why is this on page 0? All right, hang on. Yeah, okay, here we go. And for some reason, it's not loading. Here, let me try this again. I'm gonna try reloading my page. But anyway, so the Atlantis arc begins, and it's complicated. Hang on. It should be working soon. But but by the way, the arc is written by Jeff Johns and art by Ivan Reyes, two really, really, really good DC creatives that have drawn some of the most iconic stuff for DC. All right, so here we go. So this is back. Let me go to here. Pika says it's happened with me and Robert too. Yeah, for some reason DC the app has issues with and pun intended has issues having the things open. It's not even sharing screen, it's just having the stuff open. Okay, here. Okay, then we have Lois Lane shows up with Jimmy Olsen, and she's like and then there's like a sonic boom. Then all of a sudden Superman and Wonder Woman show up at the aircraft carrier, and they're just like holding it upright like that. And I like how you can kind of see the indentations there.
Yeah.
And just the way that the sense of scale you see here. And then you see like it's the thing about it is that yeah, they stopped the aircraft carrier, but the problem is then you have all the civilians being swept up in the water even before Clark can turn into steam. And the thing about it is that Lois is drowning, and I'm like, yay! And then he's saved, and I'm like, no! He's saved by Vulko. You remember Vulko from the Aquaman movie.
And from Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, he has kind of a different arc here. So he saves her, and then now what's interesting is like, so Aquaman goes, okay, the Atlanteans are attacking. He goes, the first strike and attack is flooding the most heavily populated areas. A direct ground assault is next. Batman goes, how do you know they're using those plans? And then Aquaman goes, because I wrote them. So Aquaman wrote the Atlantean war plans in the event that like humanity and Atlantis ever went to war. That's kind of that. Then we get to some more Shazam, and it's going back to like, again, this is the same plot from the movie where like they go through the ATM. They find out he can make money being a superhero.
What's up, Lib?
Yeah, what's up, Lib? And basically they're doing the whole Captain Sparkle fingers
And
part of the movie.
And you get a thing, you get a charge, and
your phone's charged, and your phone's charged. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it's more on that. And then they're attacked by Black Adam. And then the next backup will be Aquaman versus Black Adam. And first off, we have some great variant covers by Bailey Tucci, I believe is that one. And then you have the black and white cover from the beginning of the book, the more colored version with like a color background. Jim Lee's cover, even though Cyborg is kind of not in this one that much. But yeah, so that's issue 15. What'd you think?
I love the issue. I loved it. Because
I knew you would love it the minute we saw Super Wonder. Yeah, the next, this arc has a little more of that.
Mm-hmm. Like,
but yeah, go ahead.
Literally, this issue is like panel for panel, non-stop was action, like saving the world, Super Wonder for life. That was made me happy.
The tidal wave coming through the city was awesome. I love that thing so much.
And then like this what excited me the most about this was the fact that I would say Superman and Wonder Woman doing the come on, try on the glasses.
Yeah, I love it because he's trying to teach. Because what he's teaching her is that with Diana, remember, this is not the Diana that has a secret identity. This is the one that's like, I'm Wonder Woman all the time. So Superman's basically like, you need to take a break every now and then.
That's why I liked about this issue was like her teaching the secret identity thing. Or learning the identity thing. That's the best way to put it.
And that's what Clark brings to her in this relationship, is that he teaches her, like, ironically, he teaches her to be more human. Hey, what's up, Tevia?
Who mentioned Super Sons? Because I never did.
I said super, so does that count? I had to.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I think the artwork is, it wasn't as great as I would say Jim Lee's artwork. You know,
I enjoy Ivan Reyes. It's not for everyone, but I kind of see what you're going for.
Yeah. Cameron says this proves to me that Aquaman wanted to, if Aquaman wanted to, he could
drown the entire world. Yeah, he could. Yeah. Again, New 52. Say what you want about it. It redeemed Aquaman as a character.
And that's why Zack Snyder took inspirations from the New 52.
That's why every writer took inspiration from the New 52. I got news for you. It's really ironic when people blast the New 52, but I'm like, hey, listen, most of the story arcs and movies that has happened since 2011, guess what? New 52 storylines.
Tevia, we're talking about Justice League Throne of Atlantis Part 1.
Yeah, officially Part 1. The other one was last time we did this, it was the prelude.
Yeah, so this is Part 1 of our miniseries, I should say. like how I did there, Jared. Miniseries.
Yeah, it kind of is.
So we're talking about Throne of Atlantis, issue by issue. But yeah, I think overall the story was well done. I just can't wait for more SuperWonder stuff, and I can't wait to see Lois Lane get done over, and see Superman and Wonder Woman kissing in front of her, and she get jealous, and then she goes, "Steve Trevor or General Zod, come to me, come to me."
Yeah, I have a little tease if you would like.
Go on, intrigue.
All right, here's a tease. Here's the tease image for next week. This will probably end up being the image I send you for the thumbnail, but here you go. Yep, that's your tease image right there.
Oh my god.
Yep, there you go. You're referring to Superman Doomstorm? No, I'm referring to the entire New 52.
New 52. And Lois Lane is Lois Lane.
Yeah, she is. Objectively, that's true in terms of statistics.
Yeah.
Even Comic Storian agrees with me on that one.
Yeah, Tevia, even Comic Storian.
Because he says what they do, it's always the same plot. And the thing is about it is that with her, it's like she can't do anything. So it's the same story over and over and over again.
Yeah, literally.
Which is why I hate it.
And now that we got approval from Comic Storian, he's become a fan of Super.
He was a fan of that book when I asked him about it. Because he got into comics because of the officially because of the New 52 as well. So I'm like, that's what people don't realize.
Lame Man and Lois are lame. Superman and Wonder Woman forever.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We approve. We approve of that.
Technically, with the Hellbat armor shelters, that's still stupid. That is dumb.
It is dumb.
But Tevia, yeah, beyond that, for the most part, it's just, hey, Superman, save me. And you know he's going to save her because DC doesn't have the balls to kill her off. when people say Iris and Lois are the same, I cringe because Iris is so much better written than Lois Lane. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, they are not the same character.
And you know who deserves a league of their own?
Who?
Iris West.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, granted, she wasn't written that well in the show, but in the comic, she's written so much better.
But imagine the Council of Irises.
Council of Iris Wests. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, that'd be really
That could
funny.
be in the My Adventures with the Flash cartoon.
Yeah. I mean, the Council of Loser Lane is always going to be a thing that gets on Jared's nerves. So, and
Uh,
I'll never forget the time when his face dropped when they said the Council of Loser Lanes.
mm-hmm. I can't help it. It's stupid.
So, but anyway, back to the comic. I think we should give this comic issue a rating, and then we'll
Probably I'd give it a solid 8 to 9.5 out of 10 because it's action packed, it's bombastic,
yeah.
and obviously it has Superman and Wonder Woman in it. We want that, and it makes Aquaman it basically, you know, it's kind of funny. It's kind of Aquaman's Tower of Babel, where it essentially goes, okay, Aquaman is the one that has these contingency plans for mankind.
I forgot to put the banner on. Crying out loud.
It's all good. If we ever get my Adventures of Flash cartoon, it would probably be Barry and Iris Tevye. It wouldn't be Wally again.
It's issue 14, correct?
It was issue, I think it was 15. Let me see. It was issue 15.
15, okay.
14 was last time.
Okay, so I gotta make sure that I get the banner right. All right, issue 15. All right, make sure that we put up there. Save that. All right, issue 15. Okay, there we go.
But all in all, yeah, solid issue. Very well written, well drawn.
Yeah. Let's see. I give this issue a 8.5 out of 10.
Not bad.
Because of the action, the SuperWonder, and the whole action-packed saving the world thing. Aquaman was like, you're not the only contingency plan.
Yeah, that's a good one. I love that.
Tevye says, same, the Throne of Atlantis movie didn't do this storyline justice, especially with Aquaman.
Okay.
I think he's talking about the animated
because
movie.
The plot twist with Aquaman doing the Tower of Babel is really a cool plot point. Well, they still had the plans. It's just they wanted to also do an Aquaman origin story for some reason, but I don't know. I was fine with it.
Yeah. It's okay. All right. All right. So, any questions about the book, guys, before we change do the transition? So, any question you want to ask Jared about the issue, feel free to put them in the comment section right now, because we're doing the first half of the stream is us talking about the comic, and then the second half is just straight up talking about anything and everything, really. Throne of okay, so Pika says Throne of Atlantis movie was lame in comparison.
Yeah, because they had to combine all these different story elements. If they had just done if they had just adapted the New 52, including throwing out including not doing the Aquaman origin and doing and having Aquaman in Justice League War, I think it would have been better off.
Tevye says he gives the issue an 8 out of 10 because the artwork is amazing.
Okay, that's good.
That's pretty good. What about everybody else? What do everybody else give the issue? What do you like? What do you think about the issue? Got any questions about the book? Because we want to hear your thoughts on the book. Because honestly, for me personally, issue by issue, I'm learning a lot. So Tevye's got a question. Speaking of this issue, does this connect to Cheetah
Nope.
storyline
That comes later.
and who's she working with?
That comes
Working with.
later.
Okay. Okay, that's one question answered. Um, for me, I have one question for you.
Yeah.
So when they do that diner scene,
Mm-hmm.
was that already like planned out like from before, or
What does that mean?
like for example, like remember the Superman and Wonder Woman books that we covered?
Yeah.
Like they didn't show that bit in the comics, like with it.
Because those were taking place after this. This is when the relationship officially starts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from this point, because at this point, let's see, it's issue like 15. Yeah, so it was in year 2 of the new 52, the Superman and Wonder Woman book officially launched.
Yes.
Mhm.
Cameron saying this issue gets a gold star for Super Wonder, Aquaman being a G, and amazing work, amazing artwork.
Yep, I agree. It's a really good issue.
The Pika says a diner scene in the animated show was cringe,
Yeah.
and
Dude,
Shazam
are they on a
commented,
date? And I'm like, shut up.
yeah, that was kind of cringe.
That's
But
really annoying after a while.
at least Lois Lane wasn't with her, Superman at the time. So
Yeah, she was. At least Lois Lane was also not in this scene, so it's like, okay. In the comic book, Lois Lane shows up again at a cringe scene, but I'm like, nope, nope. At least she doesn't interrupt the date.
Speaking of Throne of Atlantis, Tavia saying that reminds me of the storyline that affects all the New 52 books.
Only
Or
Justice League, as far as I know,
okay,
because here's the trick to understanding DC. Justice League is the most up-to-date book in terms of when it takes place in the timeline. All the other books take place before Justice League.
okay. Um, but yeah, I think so far, I think that was for me personally. I think what I'm really excited to read is is what's her name? Not Queen Mera. Um, Queen Atlanta, right?
Is she in this? I don't think she's in this.
No, I don't. I don't know whether she is or isn't,
I
but
don't think she is in this story, in this arc at all.
really, okay, that's interesting that they didn't introduce her.
Well, because in this, I believe in the comic, she's dead. Yeah,
Long
she's
dead.
long dead. Yeah, she's dead.
Okay. Did I tell you? They give you explanation?
I think so. I think it was more like she had like 2 families, so they killed her and all that. It's the typical stuff.
Tevye says she doesn't think in the story. Okay.
Mm-mm.
So obviously, I think Throne of Atlantis first issue so far in the miniseries is great. Uh, okay. Pika says it was left open on who killed her, but in
Mm-hmm.
the animated show, it was the spoiled brat son
Mm-hmm.
who
Yeah,
killed her.
exactly.
But I wanted to ask you this because New 52 and Rebirth come merged together. In the recent comics, is she alive now or no?
I don't think so. I don't think Atlanta's alive at all.
Wow. Volko blamed 12-year-old Orm and was exiled because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So I'm learning something here. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Don't spoil what happens with Volko later, everyone. Please don't.
But I want to know in the book, right? For
Yeah.
like is the artwork changed by any chance?
No, but it's just another art. It's another art. Well, because from volume 2 to 3, yeah, because they went from Jim Lee to Ivan Reyes as the main artist for Justice League, and he's gonna be the main artist, I believe, until Forever Evil. So we'll have a couple more arcs with him.
Okay. Snyder thought Wonder Woman is Kryptonian. No, he
No,
did
he
not.
didn't.
He didn't. I don't know where you get that from. He was gonna make. He was gonna plan
Don't
for.
even acknowledge it. Don't even acknowledge it at this
All right.
point.
All right. Yeah. In recent comics, I still think she's dead, but we haven't gotten a recent Aquaman book in a very long time. So who knows? That's according to Tevia. I'm surprised that in the
Yeah, yeah, because with the movie, they kind of I don't know if it would have been part of Zach's plan for like JL 2 and 3 if Atlantis alive or not, but I mean it is weird coming from the movies to the comics and going, oh, she's actually dead. Okay.
yeah, it's gonna be really interesting though, like for future books to read on. Would you recommend picking up these books though?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anything from the new 52 is great, particularly if you're a new reader.
Okay. So for new readers, guys, if you guys haven't jumped into a comic before and you want to jump in, as Jared said, Justice League is a good way to start. Correct?
Yeah, that's the way I started anyway.
Okay. Wait. Did you just say this is the first comic you picked up?
Justice League for Jeff Johns, back when it was coming out in trades, was the first thing I consistently got the trades for whenever it would come out.
Okay.
I started actually in a later arc called Trinity War, but then I went backwards. I went from Trinity War to Origin to Throne of Atlantis. I got the hero's journey last, but I have all of them in trades. I have all of them in trades. I don't have them in single issues, but I have them in trades and omnibuy.
What are your thoughts on Superman, Hell on Earth, and Krypton's return? That's a good. That is a very good question from Iron Product, by the way.
Hell on Earth. I haven't read those storylines yet, but I've heard they're interesting. I'll give them a read and let you know. Superman books has one of the things where it's like, okay, it's like Superman books are some of the most underrated when it comes to the actual like quality of them, because a lot of people think he's all dreary and is an a-hole, but I'm like, no, he's not. If you actually read the books, he's not. In fact, if I were recommending a Superman origin story for someone that's just getting into the character, I would recommend the Grant Morrison thing, because because it just introduces each thing like very like one after the other.
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like Superman Hell on Earth, like that's an I've never read that comic before, but
me neither. I heard it's pretty cool. I think the premise is that a Kryptonian shows up, and this was one of the three things that reportedly led to New 52 Superman's death, because Tomasi doesn't know how to write stuff.
Wow.
That was one of those things when DC wanted to kill New 52 Superman, and I'm like, I really don't. At this point, I really don't care.
But hey, at least New 52 gave us a really cool suit in the movies and and the live action. It actually got rid of the underwears.
Yep, because the underwear doesn't work.
Yep, in live action and in animation.
Because
you remember Young Justice
Final Days
season
of Superman sucked, but that's besides the point.
in Young Justice season 4,
Hmm.
they got rid of the trunks.
Yeah, they did. They kind of went with the more rebirth inspired. Well, actually, you know what's kind of funny? They gave everyone the suits from the DCAU. Like, have you like if you look at the hang on, Young Justice season 3, Wonder Woman. Look at the Wonder Woman suit and tell me if you've seen this before. Hang on. This is the Wonder Woman suit from, I believe it's season 3. Tell me where this looks very familiar.
New 52 Decamu.
Yes, exactly. They literally gave everyone the Takamu designs. And reportedly, what's kind of funny is that if you notice, there was a lot of Superman and Wonder Woman moments in the early seasons of Young Justice, but they later took that back and forced in Loser Lame and John to like shoot that down, because previously they kept it very ambiguous.
Ulysses in the final days.
Tevia, no spoilers for future stories, please.
Anyway, what I was gonna bring up is, okay, I think it's time to transition because we talked a lot about the comic. So
yeah, let's do it.
Transition. All right, now we're gonna talk about anything and everything. All right, so this is anything in movies, TV show, animation, video games, whatever from Marvel or DC. Now, Jared sent me something in the group DM, which was really interesting. And that is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This one's good. This one's good. We know, Tevia.
Go on, as you were saying.
So, all right. Hang on. So, Monolith is hiring for a lead gameplay engineer for the Wonder Woman game. And I'm like, wait a second, they didn't have this position before? Why are you hiring for it now?
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, because the thing that it really gets me is that here's the thing: did they never have a lead gameplay engineer? And that would kind of explain one of the ways in which the game is kind of probably messed up. But again, why are you advertising this position now? Did you fire the other person?
Yeah, it's just weird, right?
What do you think, Taladio, as the resident gaming expert?
For the lead game engineer?
Yeah, for the fact that they're advertising this position so late.
I mean, it could mean for anything, really, because mind you, what Greg Miller was saying about the Wonder Woman game is concerning. I'm just like, wait, what? Like,
it's on. Terry, have you guys read the recent Ultimates? I haven't read it, but that's on. That's my question, Tevia. Why didn't you have a lead gameplay engineer?
You know what makes me think? I think they already got a lead gameplay designer already there, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't have a cute, game.
If they already had the person, they wouldn't be advertising the position.
No, but what I mean is because don't forget they have several positions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it like this: they have a support studio.
No, but for lead gameplay engineer at Monolith for the Wonder Woman game.
Yeah, mind you, that's interesting. Cameron says, question about the game: did they reveal what kind of game it would be? An Origin or Wonder Woman?
They still haven't done that. And Cameron, that's another really concerning thing, because it's like, Why don't we know this information? The game comes out. This game has been in development for 3 years, and we still don't know what type of game it is in terms of that.
We don't know what type of game we know it's a story-driven game. We don't know what the gameplay mechanics is going to feature. The only thing we know is going to have the Nemesis system, but that's the only thing we know. We don't know, like, oh, is it going to be a co-op? Is it going to be a single player, like a fully fledged single player like Batman Arkham? Is it going to be a co-op like Gotham Knights? That's something we don't know.
And the sad part is that we probably won't know because, yeah,
Tevye,
again, what?
Tevye, like, here's the thing. We talked about this yesterday. Summer Game Fest likes to surprise people, right? And I would be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they show something there. Because think about it like this: Warner Brothers needs a big game to come out at the end of the year. They haven't got anything to coming out. The only thing they've got is that VR game, which is the Arkham Shadow game, and that's pretty much it. They haven't got a console-based game, and they need a console-based game in the next 12 months or the next year. They need to have that announced, or like to have something there just to tease the fans. Like, I get it. If you're in deep developmental trouble, then that's a different story. Like, if you're deep down and there's a huge leak of like what type of trouble you're in, that's a different story. But there's nothing serious about the leak, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they need to show something over nothing. Because if you don't show anything, you're basically done and dusted. Um, Cameron says the fact that we don't know who's going to be in the game besides Diana is worrying. Like, marketing your characters, damn it. Yeah, I like Jared. How do you feel about that?
Yeah,
Market.
that's the other thing. I'm like, you should at least tell us that. At least tell us what characters you're thinking of having in the game. We knew that was Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it got me. It got me thinking though, Jared. What if
Mm-hmm.
they're doing like a small marketing scheme?
I get that, but with DC struggling in the gaming area and as a brand, they can't afford any screwy marketing. They need to like get this game out there, particularly for a brand that is not as good as that is not as strong as Superman or Batman. If it were a Batman game, they could do that, but with a Wonder Woman game, no, they can't.
No, I mean a 5 month, like them doing a 5 month marketing, like how Injustice was.
I still think they should. We should at least know more than what we know at this point. Like, there's a lot more that they could tell us. Like, what type of game is it? What characters are going to be in there? It really annoys me because I want the Wonder Woman game to be good. A few of my viewers want the Wonder Woman game to be good, but they're not doing enough. They really aren't.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, it's more of the saga of DC not respecting Wonder Woman as a character.
But considering the fact that Warner Brothers hasn't got anything big major, right? Besides that Wonder Woman game
No.
and Arkham Shadow, is concerning.
Yeah, and I imagine that what happened with Suicide Squad maybe kind of discouraged them from pursuing that for right now. If you notice, after Suicide Squad came out, that's also when they started to clarify that not everything is going to tie in with games and stuff.
But like the problem is like the way I see it is like, yes, if one game fails, doesn't mean you can stop promoting the other games.
According to Warner Brothers, it does. According to Warner Brothers logic, or lack thereof.
Iron Prod, Superman is a strong brand. The people, it's just WB doesn't see it like that.
Oh, And actually, no, it's not really a strong brand. That's what because if you notice, his movies, except for Zack Snyder, haven't performed well, and that really helps. That really hurts it. Plus, the fact that he's made a joke in practically every
I don't
single like movie.
I don't think a Superman game would flop hard.
It depends
Um,
on how they do it too. It depends on how they address it. Because if they do it like, because if they do it like Suicide Squad, it's gonna flop. The thing is that they don't have brand confidence in Superman, regardless of if the brand is strong or not. They don't see it that way.
the way I see it is, it has to be open world. It has to be linear. It has to be something on the same level as Batman Arkham Knight in
Well,
terms
that's
of
the
the perfect.
thing. That's the thing. Again, it's the idea that like they don't have the confidence enough in Superman to invest the resources that they would need for that. I know I'm going to beat every single Superman movie in the box office. Yep. And then when
But
they had a successful Superman, they kneecapped it. So,
but the
that
thing
kind of
is, they
tells you
were
something.
planning a Superman game from 2013
No,
onwards.
but I know, but I'm still not. They were planning it. Great. Planning does not equal releasing.
But stupid Warner Brothers made it mandatory to basically say, "Oh yeah, we want you to have the Arkham engine in every game."
Or it's like live service and all that. Yeah, it's like Warner Brothers themselves have made the Superman brand not as strong as it really should be. Because when you look at like how
Cancelled.
iconic Superman is,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, there's no reason for the brand to be struggling.
Like for example, right, the Factor 5 Superman game would have been brilliant. It would have
Mhm.
sold gangbusters because even though it's structured in a way that it's open. Yes, it's semi open world, but they did it in chapters, right? Instead
Mhm.
of it being like a full fledged open world. But still, you could destructible environment. You could grab that enemies. You could go through buildings. Think about Superman the animated series, the Justice League Unlimited the animated series. Think about that cartoon. Put it into a video game. That's what Factor 5 was doing,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
But Warner Brothers obviously, the financial crisis, didn't want to back it after the financial crisis. But I was
Mhm.
just like, you guys are dumb. You guys are crazy not to back this. And then years later, when they were having another Superman game, they were going to have Superman Brainiac, so to say. That was going to be another game that was going to go on in another thing that didn't go through, which was another crazy thing. Uh, yeah, Superman game shouldn't be that hard to make, right? I
It's
mean, we've
not
seen.
if you have the people creative enough. If you choose the right villain, you can do it. It's just people don't. It's just the creatives aren't creative enough. Honestly,
Uh-huh. Fan made games that look much better than the actual
there's
creative
plenty of
people.
Steam games that are basically Superman games,
Uh-huh.
but like obviously not Superman, and they're great. It's not that hard. If a one-person team can make this work, WB has no excuse.
Yeah, a one-man team can make a game. WB has no issue doing that. But there is the rumor of that Superman game from WB Games Montreal. So only time will tell for that if that game is actually still gonna come out in 2026 or 2027. We'll find out. I'm still talking to the person who put the leak out there. I'm still in touch with him. But I'll say this, right? I don't think the Wolf Among Us season 2 is coming out.
Really?
I don't think so. I think that game is done. Otherwise that game would have come out by now,
Mm-hmm.
right?
That's a good point.
There's also the problem that, but it's funny. There's also the problem that how Superman has been treated. People don't believe that it can be challenged, which is
Yeah,
BS.
it is.
Uh, which it's funny. Superman Unbound, the animated movie, did the Brainiac storyline. That movie, yeah, that's what they were gonna do. Tevia, they were gonna make the one-to-one adaptation from the animated movie into a video game.
That would have worked.
Yeah,
Because Brainiac and or like Parasite would be good villains for a Superman game.
yeah. But yeah, Tevia, like the whole ordeal with the Wolf Among Us, them not showing it at Summer Game Fest this year basically means I don't think they have confidence at all to be like, okay, well, we're gonna show that game this year. I don't think that game is ever gonna come out. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's gonna be delayed, delayed, delayed.
Mm-hmm. They'll just delay it until oblivion.
Yeah, like how what other game was delayed until it came out? Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah,
Suicide
that was like 9 years.
no, Suicide Squad was supposed to come out in 2022
Okay.
and it came out in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
So it took them 4 years before we actually got the game.
Mm-hmm.
Wolf Among Us got announced in 2019. Now we're in
Oh yeah,
2020.
that's a problem.
Now we're in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, Warner. I don't think Warner Brothers knows what they're gonna do with that IP. I think the IP's done, right?
Yeah, that's true. They're probably like consolidating a lot of stuff. So basically,
Yeah,
the game is going to be dead and buried. Similar. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Because otherwise you would have had something at the Game Awards, or you would have had something at a PlayStation Showcase or something, right? The
Mm-hmm.
fact that first Jeff Keighley was like, "Oh yeah, the Wolf Among Us, I'll show something there," and then all of a sudden change his mind, like, "No, it's not going to be there." I'm
What
just
could
like,
happen is that what probably happened is that if he was going to show it at the time, he probably thought, oh, it's prepared and everything like that. But then like shortly thereafter, he got like probably a message from the higher up saying, yeah, we're going to pull the game, or it's not prepared yet.
I don't think I really don't think the game is going to be is I don't think the game is ever going to come out though. That's my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because really, like, um, I really think that if the game was going to come out, we would have had something by now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Easily, like gameplay mechanic wise, right?
Yeah.
It would have been big. It would have been epic. It would have sold like people would be talking about it, right, for
Mm-hmm.
days. So, um, let me just check something. I'm just checking a look at Discord server right now because I got a notification. Oh, we
Mm-hmm.
got some breaking news.
Oh boy.
Beckett, Beck Bennett has been cast as Steve Lombard in the Superman film.
Oh god.
Wow.
All right. Yeah. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah. Apparently, this is coming from the Hollywood Reporter, which has been
And
confirmed by
Gunn
plenty.
backed it up. He backed it up, so it's true.
Yeah, Gunn backed it up on Threads.
Yeah, it's like, all right. Well, we knew he was gonna cast like all. We knew he was gonna have the Daily Planet crew in there, so it's not exactly like out of the realm of possibility.
Steve Lombard, yeah. So
Yeah.
apparently, there's a new rumor that Borderlands 4 will be at Summer Game Fest this year.
Oh, that could be cool.
So that's a new rumor. And also, what was I gonna say? Um, oh yeah, that's right. With Marvel Rivals, we talked about before. Myself and Jared have talked about this off stream. Marvel Rivals has announced that we can sign up for the beta at at the end of the month. So if you
Mm-hmm.
guys are console players, if you're not in the Marvel Rivals Discord server, make sure you guys to hop into their Discord server and sign up for their beta.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised we haven't gotten another Telltale Batman game since
Because
for another
Telltale shut down, right?
Telltale. Yeah, here's the thing. Telltale. The thing is with Telltale, Telltale actually rebranded themselves, right?
Okay.
They got bought up by another company called Atlas, and then basically when Atlas came into the fold, um, they restructured the company and still called it Telltale, but it is what it is.
I don't think they'll do another Batman game because I don't think those Batman games were popular.
they were popular to some degree, but they weren't as popular as the Arkham games.
They yeah, because with Batman, that's when I'm like, okay, you know what? It if it's a Batman property, it has to be big.
Yes.
That's just the way it's got to go with a brand like Batman. Other stuff like Wonder Woman and Superman, I can understand, but Batman, no, I'm sorry, that has to perform well.
Which they did make a Star Trek game. Yes, they did make a Star Trek game.
Mm-hmm.
But before we wrap up, because we're coming up to the hour mark, we'll say this, right? When it comes down to um video games, you can expect on my Twitch page me reacting to it. I'm probably gonna ask Jay Heat to hop on and react with me in the Discord server. I know Jared is gonna be a busy person
Mm-hmm.
because he's got busy plans for his channel. So, and he's just had Comic Story on his channel, so I'm sure he wants to do clip outs of that interview and work
Not a
on
bad
that.
idea.
So I know Jared's gonna be doing stuff like that.
I'll think about
So
it.
so but there's that. But anyway, in terms of like what else really to expect in terms of gaming, uh, tomorrow expect me to stream Multiverses. It won't be on YouTube though. I don't think I can. Maybe I'll stream on YouTube. I'll have to think about it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it if I'm gonna stream it on YouTube. Um, but yeah, but Multiverses is definitely gonna be a thing that I'm gonna stream, and Marvel Rivals is gonna be a thing I'm gonna stream. But there's loads of different things. But before we wrap up, I would like to say thank you to everyone that has partaked in tonight's stream. Thank you to everyone that has become a member, supporting me and you know, participating in the chats and interacting with me. It means a lot that you guys interact and talk about anything, whether it's comics, video games, movies, whatever it is. We just have a fun time and there is a lot of interaction. Um, but I think that's really what I've got to say about tonight's stream. But let's wrap it up in a nice big bow tie and let's do our outros. Jared, please let the world know where you're coming up on your channel and where they can find you.
All right, so today I uploaded my review of Yara Volume 1, so that's good. So on for Friday on UTC, Robert and I are going to be talking about Frank Matt Miller's influence on DC. And in terms of tomorrow I'll be streaming Italadia for gaming multiverses. Then I'll get back to doing Batman. And movie night this week. I may have to move it to another day, but I'll update you guys. But we're going to be talking about the Carl Urban Judge Dredd movie.
Ooh. Any more interesting interviews you got coming up?
Not yet, but I will update you whenever that changes.
Okay, cool. As for me, your boy, let me put me on solo play. As for me, you guys know I've got multiverses, like Jared has said, tomorrow. I'll either do it on YouTube or I'll do it on Twitch, whichever works out in my favor. I'll also do Friday. It's Summer Game Fest reaction stream. That's gonna be on my Twitch page. Myself and a couple of other people myself and maybe Jay Heat if I can get him. We're gonna be reacting to Summer Game Fest because there's Sparking Zero news going to be there alongside Batman Arkham Shadow, so we're excited for that. And also, I'll be live streaming. Well, I won't be live streaming over the weekend, but I'll be working on some new projects coming in the near future in regards to with Sil Abdul, because there is something I did want to talk to him about. So he and I are going to be doing a collab pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. And also myself and Jay Heat will return for Blazing Shonen. Blazing Shonen will return, guys,
Oh boy.
for Sparking Zero, and we're gonna do our New 52 stuff. We still gotta
Mhm.
do our new direction.
Mm-hmm.
We still gotta work on that. And Jay Heat still owes us a Gotham Knights watch party. So
Don't
he
think you're
still owes.
getting out of that, Jay Heat.
You're not getting out of it, Jay Heat, my man. We still remember, so we will not let that go. So, but yeah, we. Oh, and my adventures with Superman this Sunday.
I was
My
hoping you forgot about that.
I'm never gonna forget about that, Jared. You should know that by now.
Mm.
So myself and Jared will be reacting to my adventure with Superman season 2, episode 4. So that's gonna be fun. And then we'll see where it takes us from there. But on that note, I've been your host, Taladia Plays. That has been Jared from Comics League. Make sure you do go follow him on Twitter, which is at Comics League JT on Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, which is at Taladia Plays _, that link is in the description. And also, if you guys would like, if you're new around here, feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more DC, Marvel, whatever content you guys love. That feel free to subscribe button for that. If you want to go the extra mile and want to become a member, then hit that join button, guys, because you can get exclusive perks, um, including panels and all this stuff. What about the acolytes?
I
Oh,
haven't watched it yet.
we haven't watched. I've watched it, but Jared, I don't want to spoil it for Jared, so I want to let him watch it and then do like a something with him on the acolyte. So, but on that note, Jared, outro as always. Final word.
Lois Lane is Lois Lane. She belongs to General Zod, Zois, and Maxabat for life.
All right, and we're out of here. Peace out, everybody.